Welcome, one and all, to episode 37 of Pocket Edition, GameCast's bite-sized podcast. Today I am back and joined again by Count Fracula. How are you today, Count?
About the same as I was 20 minutes ago.
Except you've had lunch.
Yes.
Fabulous, feeling recharged and ready to go. And to discuss Red Dead Redemption 2. Hot diggity dang. I've stolen your catchphrase. Holy cow. Was it a reveal? I remember when the first slice was revealed not long ago, that was actually kind of heavily criticized for not showing much of what gamers wanted to see, I guess. I can't exactly remember what it did show, but I know a lot of people weren't happy. But I feel like we got a significant slice today of Red Dead Redemption 2. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we've got a much broader idea of what's going to be going on story-wise, mechanics-wise. I enjoyed it. Overall, I watched Red Dead Redemption 2 official gameplay reveal trailer on GameSpot. I did not enjoy the formatting of the trailer, which was a rather bored-sounding woman telling us things about the game.
Yeah, just detailing the world type thing.
It's like,
yeah, it was a little bit bland, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't like it. They did it with, I believe, Anthem. They did it with something recently at E3, and I was just like, that's not an entertaining way to reveal the gameplay.
No.
Like, let's compare it to what we were talking about 20 minutes ago, or one episode ago, Doom.
Oh my lord.
It's a big difference. And yes, this is a more story-focused game, but still. Anyway.
There's a lot of mechanics to detail, and I guess they want people to understand the game by the time it's launched. They don't want people to be confused by the systems. They want everybody to have grasped all the different mechanics and systems, I guess. But like this first slice, to me, it almost feels like a slice one in a series of like vid docs leading up to the release.
It does feel like it, doesn't it? Yeah. Like the next one they're going to do is probably going to be more focused on the story element of it.
I think multiplayer they said as well.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
There were people fishing on a boat.
Goodness.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how far they go with this. I feel like we're probably going to get 2 or 3, I think, probably vid docs total before the release. But this is pretty much it. This is the hype train now. Get people excited about all the different mechanics that exist within the world and your gang, which is apparently basically where the story's taking us. We're a part of a gang crossing the country.
In a game, part of a gang.
In a game, part of a gang. Yeah, done. Yeah, excited. What are you most excited about, though, in terms of the reveals?
I'm excited about playing poker in the game. No, I'm joking. What most interests me is the sort of the detailing of the world. It's looking like they've got plenty of like actual things going on in the world, as opposed to just like a big empty place full of random objective markers. There's actually stuff in the world and it's living.
Put a lot of emphasis on interactions with stuff that would usually be insignificant in a lot of open world games, like a lot of almost seemingly organic interactions that you can start.
Yeah, like the way a lot of these things are presented are you just find a person in the world doing a thing, and like there's a lot of things sort of. There was a bit where it's talking about systems in the game where you don't have to kill someone if you don't want to. You can organically deal with situations how you want to.
Like almost it would appear like a D-pad response, set list of like response that you could wolf whistle, or you could say something aggressive, something friendly and non-confrontational, and you can diffuse situations without even having to enter like any QuickTime events.
Yeah, where you can either pull someone up off a cliff or leave them to die. Yeah, it was one of those. So yeah, looks like there's plenty of different like things they're doing with that. They're making a nice open living world. And then I'm liking quite a few of the sort of more the realism mechanics that they're putting in. So like all the guns have proper recoil as opposed to just you fire perfectly. One thing that I like the idea of but might present itself as a bit of faff is to do with the maintenance of horses within the game, because you actually have to maintain your horses, and I don't know if I like that, but yeah, I do like the fact that there's these different types of horses are better at different things. So it has like big huge cob horses to move things around, and then it has the more sort of slender horses for actually riding one person around quite quickly.
See, this is interesting to me because I mean, from the slice that I've watched, I've only watched it once, but from the slice that I did watch, they didn't really detail or mention anything about the size of your gang or party that you might be moving around the nation or the country with. So what if like there is like almost a camp-like element to it where you've got to look after your camp of people and move them like across locations, and you've kind of got to kit out your camp like a moving base of sorts. You know, you need to, in terms of like what you bring in hunting wise, what horses they use to cross the country with, and kind of manage, you know, what it's like to look after like a mini settlement sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see where that might be where they're going with it based on how they're presenting things. And they're going, you need to hunt and bring back food for your gang, and the gang's always on the move, so they could present that quite nicely in that kind of manner.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's interesting. I mean, the thing is, what I want to know more than anything is if there's going to be microtransactions in it, specifically in the single player, because they've neither confirmed nor denied it. I mean, I know this is about the gameplay reveal and everything, but they kind of need to reveal this at this point because Rockstar, for better or worse, have not received a lot of good PR for what they're doing with GTA Online.
Yeah, their online mechanics, yeah.
The GTA Online is the biggest pay-to-win thing in the world. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, hopefully they've kind of learnt from that, though. It's going to be interesting to see where they go in terms of Red Dead 2. I don't know if they'll touch on it before release. I mean, if it's significant, I feel like they have to, right? Otherwise, it's going to slap people in the face, and they're going to get like huge negative blowback. I don't care how big you are, Rockstar. You cannot survive.
Yeah, I mean, look at EA,
Battlefront
consistently voted worst company in the world.
You cannot survive that negative press. Your game will be torn to pieces. I don't care how big you are. You're not bigger than Star Wars Red Dead.
No property is sufficiently big enough that a big enough controversy or backlash will not affect it.
My hunch tells me though, whatever is in there is probably going to be a little less face slapping than what GTA's kind of cobbled together online microtransaction system.
I hope so, because it's
a little more organic.
What they have on GTA Online was like a scattershot test of everything to see what works, and this might be a refinement of it.
If it's there at all.
Yeah, I won't be playing the online anyway, so, you know, I probably won't care. I'll be playing the single player, and that's what I do care about. And, you know, what I'd be interested in to see, though, is I've seen quite a few people complaining about a lot of the system, a lot of these sort of weird mechanics and side things as just sort of busy work. And it's like, well, if that's what you calling gameplay, then that doesn't sound like you got a particularly interesting game. What I want to know is whether or not you can change these things to, like, I'd love to be able to alter which you have to and don't have to do.
Yeah, like some of it's meaningless and you can choose to partake, or it just auto resolves itself. It's just insignificant work.
Yeah, it does seem like a bit.
Point of diminishing returns. Like the further you dive into these mechanics, the less you're actually getting out. But you can completely control all these different aspects if you so desire.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like something like that, as opposed to just saying you have to maintain your horse; it hates you.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, like hopefully that you can tailor your experience before you go in. Like a case in point scenario, like if you have to look after a real settlement, like if you're focused on more your personal adventure and you want to set a lot of your camp settlement on cruise control, then hopefully that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem very much like quite a lot of the game will be spent with you going off and doing your own thing, like the way this is all put out. So I'm hoping that that's how they do it, as opposed to having to drag around 7 other bumblefucks for the whole game. That would just be annoying.
Or spend an entire night hunting to feed your camp or gang or whatever.
Yeah.
Count, what did you think of the visuals though?
It's a pretty game. Again, that's not saying a lot. Nowadays, calling a game pretty is just, you know, of course it is. You know, the technology is at such a point where every big game is going to look pretty damn good. Yeah,
we're almost hitting that. We're on the cusp of entering an era of like almost photorealism to a point in terms of like landscapes and stuff. Like we're pretty close.
I like the environment design is like nicely detailed and everything. Like a lot of the visual presentation is good. It does have a lot going for it. There's certainly like plenty of different areas in the game, because there seems to be like loads of different biomes. There's a deserty area, there's a swampy area, and they're all presented distinctly enough that it seems like it'd be quite nice, and it'd be easy enough to lose yourself in the world. And at the end of the day, I think with these kind of games, that's what you want to be able to do.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm not the biggest single player guy, but I will absolutely be diving into this single player experience, and I hope the atmosphere is there. Something that I'll highlight from the reveal was the scene where he's approaching that cabin at night under the moonlight, and he shoots a guy, and then the birds just fly off the roof. The atmosphere at that point in that reveal trailer was immersive. I'm looking forward to that. I hope that spreads across the entire game.
Yeah, definitely. Agree entirely.
Any other takeaways, Count?
I think we basically touched on everything that caught my eye in the game. Yeah.
Only a 6-minute reveal. This is the first real lengthy reveal we've had. We're apparently getting more, so we'll probably do follow-up episodes for whatever else is showcased later on down the line between now and I think it's its 18th October release date.
Yes,
is that right?
It's not far away at all, actually. Yeah.
No. It's starting the hype train kind of late, but, Rockstar, they can pretty much get away with that. We've known about this game for a very long time now.
Exactly. I mean, it was first teased about 3 years ago, so,
One thing I want to see more of in action, though, is the actual gunplay. It was highlighted a little bit in this reveal. We had that kind of, I forgot what they called it, that quick time... precision shot slow-mo stuff.
The bullet time thing, basically.
Yeah, the bullet time. That looked interesting. It could get like the VAT system almost from Fallout, it reminds me of. Kind of interesting. It could get a little bit cumbersome and tedious if I have to use that system for survival. I don't want to be using that all the time. But, having said that, the regular gunplay did look immersive and fun. So I want to see more of that. But yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I liked what I saw. I want to see more, and I can't wait to jump into the single player when we get it on October 18th.
Exactly. There we go.
Mostly all positive, and let's hold our breath for microtransactions. I think let's just see what happens.
Yeah, we know they're going to be there, but we just don't know how they're going to be there.
Yes,
so that's going to be the question.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers are crossed. I don't know. My gut is telling me I think we're going to be okay, mostly. I'm hoping somebody like Rockstar or the industry's kind of realised at this point they can't be slapping people in the face with stuff, but, we're still seeing that occasionally, which is worrying. Like we previously spoke in the episode earlier with all the loot boxes and microtransactions. So let's just wait and see. Count, thank you for joining me again for back-to-back episodes.
That's alright. This one was a bit shorter, a bit more short and sweet.
Short and sweet. If you haven't already, listen to the previous episode as well, where we covered QuakeCon. We detailed a lot of Fallout 76 bits and doodads and bobs. We covered the Doom Eternal reveal, which was, holy shit, amazing. But if you've enjoyed this episode, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to chat with Count and I more, you can find us in the GameCast Discord, where we generally hang out. If you'd like to find us on individual levels, we'll have our channels linked down below in the description box. But until next time, guys, have a good one.